If you're over 50, whether you're a male or female, but predominantly males over 50, probably females over 60, you need to watch this video because I'm going to talk to you about what my heart attack felt like. I had a heart attack a couple of months ago now, and before that, I was absolutely fine. I was on no medication. My blood pressure was fine. I'm slim, so you know all the boxes they ask you to tick to say you need to put these things right, like smoking. I couldn't tick any of the boxes because I was already the type of person that they want you to be. So whether you are slim like I am, whether you're overweight, obese, whether you've got high blood pressure, whether you're diabetic, please watch this video. Make a comment to say that you've watched it and like it, because I need to get this out to as many people as possible, because my heart attack came out of the blue, completely out of the blue. I ended up having a triple heart bypass because my arteries were so clogged up. It wasn't as if it was just a one-off. It's unbelievable. I still can't believe that it was my arteries were in such a bad condition and I had no signs or symptoms of it. So watch the video, it's really important, and make sure you comment and like it, because I want as many people as possible to watch this. It's so important. I'm going to explain to you what my personal heart attack felt like at the end of the video, so watch to the end. But there are a couple of things you need to know. Men and women often have different feelings of what their heart attacks are like. A lot of women feel heart attacks in the back area, and you can get a heart attack without it even feeling like a heart attack. My father-in-law told me about his heart attack, and he was out having dinner, and it felt like all of his teeth were in pain, like he had a toothache in every single tooth. And often it's talked about a jaw pain. And that was his heart attack. That was, he'd had I think they call it a cardiac arrest, so his heart completely stopped. Didn't seem to have blocked arteries, but I still haven't got to the bottom of it, and perhaps I never will. But he had a heart attack, stopped his heart from beating twice, I think, but he didn't need a bypass surgery or any stenting, which seems odd. Sounds odd to me, but maybe that's right. So jaw pain, if one day you feel like your jaw is on fire or all of your teeth are on fire, that's a surefire sign of a heart attack. So you need to seek not just medical care, but get the paramedics and ambulance out to you straight away. Quite often pain radiates down arms, could be one or both. As I've mentioned already, in the back area, around your back, could be around your neck area, and your jaw. So you really need to pay attention to these things. In a minute, I'll tell you about mine and about why I thought it was different than just normal signs of pain that I might have had before. People have complained about stomach upsets and stomach issues. But this is mine. I had I had a slight headache. I don't think that the slight headache was part of my heart attack. Could have been. Nobody's mentioned to me that it was, but I had a slight headache, so I took one paracetamol in the morning, and for the next few hours, it felt as though it was kind of lodged in my windpipe, and it's like an uncomfortableness. And I don't think I've really suffered from indigestion before, so I've no idea really whether I could say it felt like indigestion, but a lot of people do say it feels like indigestion. One way of figuring out if it's indigestion or not is to take indigestion relief medication of some sort, and that might if it's not heart related, it will stop the indigestion. If it keeps on going, it could be heart related. So anyway, so this kind of uncomfortableness, there was never any pain with me. So don't think that you need to have pain for it to be a heart attack. It just felt like it was uncomfortable. And every time I'd get this feeling, because it came in waves, I'd take a gulp of water. After a few hours, I then had this pressure against where my heart is that didn't hurt. It was uncomfortable, and it was a pressure, but it was like something that I've never felt before. And it was that feeling that made me think, this isn't right. I need to call an ambulance. I was by myself at home, and I thought, if this is a heart attack, I don't want to be at home by myself collapsing where no one's going to find me for 5, 6, 7 hours, and then I might be gone by then. So I wanted to make sure that I'd get on top of it straight away. And that was a really lucky thing that I did, or sensible thing that I did, to call for the ambulance, because when they came out, eventually everything got sorted out, and it was deemed that I had a heart attack. But anyway, so this pressure feeling that I got stopped me doing what I was doing, which was light housework. I was cleaning the bathroom floor, so it wasn't doing anything strenuous. And as this fullness or uncomfortableness was there, pressure, I was thinking, is it going down my arms? And I think it was going down my left arm. It felt like it was. And it was at that point I thought, okay, we need to call the ambulance and see what's happening. By the time I got through to the ambulance service and I was talking to them, which was about 5 minutes after, all the pressure, everything had subsided. And so I almost felt like a bit like a fraud having to call the ambulance out to me when it felt like I was all right again. But luckily I didn't, and they came out. And then the paramedic was there testing me for about half an hour to an hour. During that time, this pressure came back 2 or 3 times. And it was as though there weren't many signs or symptoms coming up on the ECG or EKG scans or on the blood pressure or anything. But they still wanted me to go in to get my blood tested, because if you have a heart problem, there's an enzyme called troponin, and if that rises, that along with the feeling of a heart attack is enough for them to say you've had a heart attack. Today, don't tell my wife, she gets crazy with me, I still don't feel as though I've had a heart attack, because it didn't knock me off my feet. It didn't hurt. There was no pain. It just felt uncomfortable, and a tightness, maybe pressure. And it was coming and going. So it was coming and going in waves. So if you get these feelings, don't be like the majority of people, especially men, who put it off and say, oh, don't worry about it. If you get something that is really odd, doesn't have to be painful. Mine wasn't painful, but it was something that I'd never experienced before. And it was one of these things. Call the ambulance service. It might save your life.